Captain, before we step onto this money and edge island, tell me, what does bank make you feel when it means a place for money, the land beside a river, and relying on something with confidence? Meaning 1. A financial institution where you keep money and use services, used for the place that handles accounts, savings, loans, and payments. Example: Captain, Lupus went to the bank to transfer funds for supplies. Common use: bank account, bank transfer, bank loan. Bank transfer. Meaning 2. The land along the side of a river or lake, riverbank, used for the edge of a river where the water meets land. Example: they camped on the bank and watched the current drift by. Common use: riverbank, steep bank, muddy bank. Bank trail. Meaning 3. To rely on, to trust that something will happen, bank on, used when you depend on a person, plan, or result. Example: Captain, we're banking on clear skies by morning. Common use: bank on it, bank on someone, bank on a plan. Bank on clear. Bank is a place, money, a place, river edge, and a verb, rely on. Look for clues. Account, loan for money, river, water for the land edge, and on for the verb. Choose your footing and your trust carefully, Captain. Carry bank for the place that holds funds, for the land beside the river, and for the confident reliance that guides decisions as we sail to the next island. Captain, before we step onto this actions and patterns island, tell me, what does behavior make you feel when it means how someone acts, how a group tends to act over time, and how a system or material reacts under conditions? Meaning 1. The way a person acts, manners and actions, used to describe someone's actions, especially in social settings. Example: Captain, Lupus noticed rude behavior during the briefing. Common use: good behavior, bad behavior, behavior problems. Behavior rules. Meaning 2. A typical pattern of actions in a group or situation. How something usually goes. Used for repeated tendencies over time. Example: the crew's behavior changed once the storm warnings became daily. Common use: behavior pattern, human behavior, consumer behavior. Behavior pattern. Meaning 3. The way a system, material, or device acts under certain conditions, used in science and engineering for how something responds. Example: the metal's behavior changed in extreme cold. Common use: material behavior, system behavior, behavior under stress. Behavior under stress. Behavior can describe people, actions, groups, patterns, or systems, technical response. Track what you see with a calm mind, Captain. Carry behavior for personal actions, for repeated patterns in a crew, and for how systems react when conditions get tough as we sail to the next island. Captain, before we step onto this reverse and behind island, tell me, what does backward make you feel when it means moving to the back, thinking in a reverse order, and being behind in development or progress? Meaning 1. Toward the back, in reverse direction, moving back. Used when something goes the opposite way from forward. Example: Captain, step backward. There's a loose rope near your boot. Common use: move backward, fall backward, look backward. Backward step. Meaning 2. In reverse order, from the end to the beginning. Used for doing something in the opposite sequence. Example: Lupus read the coded message backward to reveal the hidden word. Common use: count backward, spell backward, run backward. Backward read. Meaning 3. Behind in progress or development, not modern or advanced, often negative. Used to criticize a person, place, or system for being behind. Example: the port's safety system was backward compared to modern standards. Common use: backward thinking, backward system, backward policies. Backward no more. Backward can describe direction, step backward, order, count backward, or progress, backward thinking. Don't lose the trail, Captain. Carry backward for stepping in reverse, for reversing the order to find the truth, and for spotting what's behind so you can push the voyage forward as we sail to the next island. Captain, before we step onto this ready and equipped island, tell me, what does armed make you feel when it means carrying weapons, being prepared with knowledge or tools, and having parts or arms that extend from something? Meaning 1. Carrying weapons, having weapons available. Used when a person or group has weapons. Example: the guards were armed at the gate during the alert. Common use: armed guards, armed security, armed conflict. Armed checkpoint. Meaning 2. Equipped or prepared with something helpful, armed with. Used when you have information, tools, or resources ready. Example: Captain, armed with a clear map. Lupus navigated the fog safely. Common use: armed with knowledge, armed with tools, armed with evidence. Armed with knowledge. Meaning 3. Having arms or branches that extend outward. Structures, machines, objects. Used for things with arms, like cranes, chairs, or multi-armed tools. Example: they used an armed crane to lift the heavy crate onto the dock. Common use: armed chair, armed crane. multi-armed structure. Armed crane. Armed most often means with weapons or equipped with. Armed with a map. Stay ready in the shadows, Captain. Carry armed for guarded danger, for being equipped with what you need, and for the mechanical arms that lift and reach as we sail to the next island. Captain, before we step onto this gather and build island, tell me, what does assembly make you feel when it means a group meeting, putting parts together, and an organized decision-making body? Meaning 1. A gathering of people, often for a meeting or ceremony, used for people coming together in one place. Example: the crew stood in assembly on the deck for the storm briefing. Common use: school assembly, public assembly, morning assembly. Assembly now. Meaning 2. The act of putting parts together. Construction. Used when you build something by joining pieces. Example: assembly of the new radio mast took 2 hours. Common use: assembly instructions, assembly line, final assembly. Assembly guide. Meaning 3. A formal decision-making group or institution, a legislative or official body, used for an organized body that debates and decides rules. Example: the island assembly voted to close the harbor during high winds. Common use: National Assembly, General Assembly, assembly vote. Assembly vote. Assembly can be people gathering, a meeting, the building process, putting parts together, or the official group that makes decisions. Gather, build, and decide with precision, Captain. Carry assembly for the crew meeting, for putting pieces into a working whole, and for the official body that turns debate into rules as we sail to the next island.